Hello, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel, where today we're diving deep into a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket, waiting to make you a small fortune, the 1985 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. You may not have thought much of it before, but trust me, this penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent. So stay tuned as we explore its history, rarity, and how it could be worth millions of dollars. First, let's take a moment to talk about the basics of the coin. The 1985 Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted at the Denver Mint. As a part of the Lincoln cent series, this penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, and the famous memorial design on the reverse, back. It was released as part of the ongoing production of circulating pennies in the United States, which means millions of these coins were struck and distributed. But here's where things get interesting. What you might not know is that the 1985 Lincoln penny has some variations, errors, and other unique features that can drastically affect its value. As you know, not all pennies are created equal. Some are much more valuable than others. The standard 1985 penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. No surprise there, right? However, certain factors can turn an ordinary penny into something extraordinary. Coins like these are sought after by collectors, especially when they show unique errors or features. One of the key things to keep an eye on is the condition of the penny. Pennies that are in mint state, meaning they have never been used in circulation, are worth significantly more than their worn counterparts. But there are more details to explore that could elevate the value of this coin. Now, here's where the magic happens: the errors. Coins with errors are often the ones that can fetch thousands or even millions of dollars at auctions. For the 1985 Lincoln penny, some rare error varieties include: this is one of the most famous types of coin errors. It occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the design details. If you happen to find a 1985 penny with a double die obverse, hold on to it because it could be worth a pretty penny in the market. Another potential error is the off-center strike, where the coin is not properly aligned when struck by the minting dies. This error can result in part of the design being missing or improperly placed, and these coins can be highly sought after by collectors who specialize in misprints and minting mistakes. Occasionally, the mint mark, in this case, the D for Denver, can be repunched, which means the mint mistakenly struck the letter more than once. This creates a unique double impression of the mint mark, which could make it valuable to collectors who focus on this specific type of error. These are just a few examples of the types of errors that could elevate the value of a 1985 penny. But remember, not every 1985 penny will have these errors, and only a small percentage of the total mintage will show these rare mistakes. So, what can you expect for the current market value of a 1985 Lincoln penny? Well, in average circulated condition, this penny will likely fetch around 2 to 5 cents. That's not too impressive. However, if you happen to come across one in uncirculated condition, the value could rise significantly to $1 to $5 or even more, depending on its quality and the level of demand among collectors at the time. But the real excitement comes when you start talking about rare errors. A double die obverse 1985 penny can be worth anywhere from $100 to $1,000 or more, depending on the quality of the coin and the collector market at the time. Off-center strike pennies and repunched mint marks also have the potential to fetch hundreds of dollars or more in the right condition. Now, the question on everyone's mind: can the 1985 Lincoln penny be worth millions of dollars? In short, the answer is unlikely for most of them. The most valuable coins in the world typically come from earlier years or have extraordinary errors that are exceptionally rare. However, if you happen to find a perfectly minted era coin or one with a unique characteristic that catches the eye of collectors, the potential for a high-value sale exists. While it's rare, some coins do fetch millions, and if the market for rare pennies grows, it's always possible that a truly exceptional 1985 penny could become a major find worth an astonishing amount of money. If you're hunting for valuable coins, here are a few tips to help you identify a potential gem among your pocket change. Examine the mint mark. Look closely at the D mint mark. Check for any signs of doubling, repunching, or unusual placement. Look for signs of double die obverse, off-center strikes, or any unusual characteristics that could indicate a minting mistake. Coins in mint state, coins that have not been used in circulation, are always worth more than those that have been heavily worn. Coins that are well preserved could bring in significant value at auctions. If you think you have a rare and valuable coin, it's always best to get a professional appraisal or consult with a certified coin dealer. To wrap up, while the 1985 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny may not be worth millions of dollars under normal circumstances, there are definitely rare era coins out there that could fetch a substantial amount of money. Coins like the double die obverse or off-center strikes are the ones collectors look for when it comes to high-value pennies. Remember, the value of a coin is influenced by rarity, demand, and condition, so keep an eye out for those rare finds. You never know, you could be holding onto a hidden treasure that could make you a small fortune. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin-related content. And as always, keep searching through your change, it might just lead to your next big find. 1991 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. So, if you've ever wondered what makes this penny so special and why it could be worth a lot of money, stay tuned. Let's explore its history, unique features, and the current market value. You don't want to miss this. Before we jump into the value of this particular coin, let's take a step back and look at the history of the 1991 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny, as many of you may know, has been a staple of American currency since its debut in 1909. In 1991, the U.S. Mint struck millions of these pennies, but not all of them are worth face value. Now, the Lincoln penny normally features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. It's made of copper-plated zinc, and most of these coins will only fetch 1 cent. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all 1991 pennies are the same, especially when it comes to the ones that don't have a mint mark. Typically, the U.S. Mint puts a mint mark on coins to indicate where they were produced, either in Philadelphia, P., Denver, D., or San Francisco, S. But a 1991 penny without a mint mark? That's where things start to get intriguing. Why is this important? Let's explore. While most 1991 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and have the P mint mark, a select few were produced without any mint mark at all. This lack of a mint mark on a 1991 penny is incredibly rare and could be the result of a few production anomalies or errors during the minting process. It's worth noting that the U.S. Mint didn't officially issue unmarked pennies in 1991, so a penny from that year with no mint mark could indicate an error or miscalculation. The rarity of these coins, combined with the mystery surrounding their origin, is what makes them so attractive to collectors. Because these coins weren't meant to be produced without a mint mark, finding one is like discovering a hidden gem. It's important to understand that the value of these pennies doesn't come from any special design or feature. It's all about their rarity and the unusual circumstances surrounding their creation. So, now that we understand what makes the 1991 no mint mark penny unique, let's talk about its market value. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, right? How much could it possibly be worth? Well, the truth is, this coin could be worth significantly more than just 1 cent. The value of the 1991 penny without a mint mark has been a topic of much debate among collectors. As of now, these coins can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to several thousand depending on their condition, rarity, and whether they've been authenticated. Coins that are in mint condition, with little to no wear, tend to fetch the highest prices. For a 1991 penny with no mint mark, you could be looking at a value between $10 and $100 for coins in decent condition. However, coins that have been verified as genuine rarities or those in pristine, uncirculated condition could be worth much more, potentially even $1,000 or more to the right collector. These coins are considered in error, which is what really drives up their value in the market. Now, you might be wondering if these pennies could ever reach the $1 million mark. Well, while it's rare for any 1 cent coin to hit that high of a price, there are instances where particularly rare or unique coins can skyrocket in value. If a 1991 no mint mark penny is found in flawless condition and is deemed an error of historical significance, it could one day be worth a significant sum. However, for the most part, these pennies will hover in the hundreds or low thousands, unless some very unique circumstances come into play. If you're wondering how to identify a 1991 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, here are a few things to look out for. The first step is, of course, to check the date. Make sure it's a 1991 penny. Then, look closely at the reverse side of the coin. You won't see a mint mark beneath the word Liberty like you normally would with other pennies from that time. If you come across one of these rare pennies, you'll also want to assess its condition. Is it in mint state, with no signs of wear or damage? Does it look like it's been well preserved over the years? If so, then you may have a coin worth more than its face value. So, there you have it. The 1991 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is a unique and rare coin, and it could potentially fetch a nice sum if you happen to find one. While it's unlikely to be worth millions, there's certainly the possibility that, with the right buyer, this penny could fetch several $1,000s, especially if it's in excellent condition or is verified as an era coin. As with all rare coins, the market value can fluctuate depending on the demand, condition, and rarity of the coin. So, if you've got one of these in your collection or happen to find one in your change, it's worth holding onto and getting it professionally graded to see how much it's really worth. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on rare coins, their history, and their value in the market. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across any interesting coins, and I'll see you in the next video. 1997 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and while it's one of the most common pennies out there, it has some interesting characteristics that make it stand out in the world of coin collectors. So, could this small coin actually be worth a fortune? Let's take a closer look. Cut to a wider shot showing a collection of various Lincoln pennies, including the 1997 D. The 1997 D penny is part of the long-standing series of Lincoln cents, which first debuted in 1909 to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The D mint mark signifies that this particular penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most well-known U.S. minting facilities. But despite its familiar appearance, could the 1997 D penny be hiding something special that makes it far more valuable than its face value of 1 cent? One of the most important factors that determine a coin's value is its condition. If you find a 1997 D penny that is well-worn and has been circulating for years, it's not likely to fetch much more than its face value. However, if you happen upon one that is in mint condition, untouched and uncirculated, you're starting to enter a much more interesting territory. But here's where things get even more interesting. While most 1997 D pennies are fairly ordinary, there have been some rare error coins discovered. These errors can include things like double dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes. For example, a 1997 D penny with a double die or a unique misprint can be worth far more than its face value. In fact, certain era varieties of Lincoln pennies from the 1990s have reached remarkable prices at auctions, sometimes pushing well into the hundreds of dollars. So, what's the current market value of a 1997 D penny? Well, in average circulated condition, you can expect it to be worth only a few cents. But if you're holding a high-grade uncirculated 1997 D, it might fetch anywhere from $1 to $10, depending on the buyer and the specific condition of the coin. But here's the real kicker: there's always the potential for a penny like this to go up in value dramatically, especially if it's tied to an error. In the world of rare coins, some pennies have hit the $1 million mark, though they're extreme outliers. For instance, rare varieties from the 1997 series, particularly those with major errors, have been known to fetch astronomical prices. It's not entirely out of the question that a flawless or rare 1997 D Lincoln penny with a significant minting error could one day reach near $1 million values, especially as collectors' interests shift or new discoveries are made. Identifying a rare 1997 D penny requires careful inspection. You'll want to look closely for any unusual features, like doubled features in the date or the inscriptions. A well-known feature in error coins is the D mint mark, which could appear doubled or off-center. Other types of misprints could include a poorly struck image of Lincoln or distorted lettering. To verify whether your penny is truly rare, consider getting it professionally graded by a trusted numismatic company. Should you happen to find a 1997 D penny with an error or in exceptional condition, you might want to sell it or get it appraised. There are many options for auctioning rare coins. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or even local numismatic dealers can be great resources for selling your coin. Just make sure to get an expert appraisal first to ensure you're getting the right value for your rare find. So, while the 1997 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny might not seem like much on the surface, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. The right penny, in perfect condition or with a rare minting error, could lead to a nice payday. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone looking through your change jar, remember that even the smallest coins can have the biggest surprises. Keep an eye out. Who knows, you might be holding on to a piece of history that's worth far more than you think. 2006 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny and its incredible value in today's market. Now, when you think about pennies, you probably don't imagine them being worth a fortune. Most pennies you find in your pocket or on the street are worth just 1 cent. But, and this is where things get really interesting, there are some rare pennies that can fetch thousands, even millions of dollars. Today, we're going to take a closer look at one such penny that has captured the attention of coin collectors, investors, and numismatists around the world, the 2006 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Before we dive into the specifics of the 2006 No Mint Mark penny, let's take a step back and understand the importance of mint marks in coin collecting. Typically, every U.S. coin produced by the United States Mint includes a mint mark, which tells you where the coin was struck. For example, coins minted in Philadelphia generally don't have a mint mark, while those minted in Denver feature a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco are marked with an S. But what happens when a coin is missing this mark? This is where the 2006 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny becomes so fascinating. You see, in 2006, the U.S. Mint released a series of pennies, many of which had a mint mark identifying where they were struck. However, a small number of these pennies were accidentally produced without a mint mark. Normally, this would be a mistake, but in the world of coin collecting, this error made these pennies extremely valuable. So, why is this penny so valuable? Well, the rarity of the 2006 No Mint Mark penny is a key factor. The lack of a mint mark on a penny, which is usually there to indicate where it was made, is considered a major error, making it an intriguing find for collectors. When such an error occurs, the coin becomes a rarity. The more scarce a coin is, the more valuable it can become over time, especially as collectors hunt for rare specimens to add to their collections. Now, let's talk numbers. You might be wondering how much this penny could actually be worth. Well, a 2006 No Mint Mark penny, in good condition, could be worth anywhere from several $100s to several $1,000s. But here's where it gets even more interesting. In mint condition, especially if it is uncirculated, this penny has been known to fetch prices upwards of $20,000 to $30,000 at auction. For a penny, that's a pretty extraordinary amount of money, but it doesn't stop there. Some particularly well-preserved examples of the 2006 No Mint Mark penny have sold for even more. In certain cases, coins with unique characteristics, such as rare errors or extraordinary preservation, can even hit the $1 million mark. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly ordinary penny could potentially be worth millions of dollars if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition and comes with a detailed provenance, meaning it has a history of ownership that can be traced. The $1 million value isn't something you'll find with every 2006 No Mint Mark penny. It all depends on the specific coin's condition, its rarity, and the market demand at the time of sale. But it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. To make things even more intriguing, the market for rare coins like the 2006 No Mint Mark penny is constantly evolving. Coin collectors and investors are always looking for the next big find, and as time goes on, the value of certain coins can increase, especially as fewer and fewer of them remain in circulation. Now, how do you know if you have a 2006 No Mint Mark penny that's worth a significant amount? First and foremost, you'll want to inspect your coin closely. Look for the date and check for the absence of a mint mark. The absence of the mint mark will be most noticeable if you're familiar with the typical mint marks on other coins from that year. If you believe you have one of these rare pennies, it's essential to have it professionally appraised and graded. A professional grading service will assess the coin's condition and assign it a grade, which directly affects its value in the market. If you're looking to buy or sell a 2006 no mint mark penny, there are a few key things to keep in mind. First, ensure the coin is authentic. There are counterfeit coins out there, so it's essential to buy from reputable dealers or auction houses. Second, always get the coin professionally graded to ensure its value is accurately determined. Coins in mint condition or with unique features will always command higher prices than those in poor condition, so it's crucial to understand what you have. In conclusion, while the 2006 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny might seem like a simple coin at first glance, it holds a fascinating story of rarity, error, and value. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare pennies, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And if you're a coin collector or investor, this is definitely one coin to keep your eyes on as its value continues to evolve in the marketplace. 2007 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. While pennies are often considered low-value coins, some of them are worth a lot more than you might think. The 2007 Lincoln penny has gained a lot of attention, and you may be wondering how much it's worth today. So, in this video, we're going to dive into the history, features, and current market value of the 2007 Lincoln penny, including how it could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars in the right condition. First, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. The 2007 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is part of the ongoing series of pennies that feature the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This particular penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. The 2007 year marked an important time in American history, as it was the bicentennial year of Abraham Lincoln's birth. To commemorate this milestone, the U.S. Mint released the Presidential Dollar series and also produced a variety of coins that showcased different elements of Lincoln's legacy. The 2007 penny, however, retained the classic design with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, while the reverse featured the iconic shield with E pluribus unum. Before we talk about its market value, it's important to understand the key features of the 2007 Lincoln penny. Material. Like most modern U.S. pennies, the 2007 Lincoln penny is composed of copper-plated zinc. It weighs about 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Obverse design. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the inscription, "In God We Trust." At the top, Liberty, on the left, and the year of minting on the right. Reverse design. The reverse side of the coin shows the shield of the United States, with the words, "United States of America," and 1 cent on either side of the shield. The mint mark, D, is located below the shield. Mint mark. The D mint mark is located on the reverse side, just beneath the shield. This is a key indicator that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Now that we have a better understanding of its features, let's talk about the market value of this coin. So, how much is the 2007 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny worth today? The value depends largely on the coin's condition, rarity, and demand. Generally, you can find 2007 pennies in circulation with a value of just 1 cent, their face value. However, the true value of the coin increases significantly if it is in mint condition or has certain unique features. If your 2007 Lincoln penny is in average circulated condition, meaning it has some wear and tear from being in circulation, it's worth just a single cent. These coins are not considered rare and won't fetch much on the open market. Uncirculated coins, or those that have been preserved in excellent condition without signs of wear, can command a higher price. Depending on the coin's specific grade, you might be able to sell a 2007 uncirculated penny for a few dollars, especially if it's been graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Coins that are graded in gem mint state, such as MS65 or higher, are considered top-tier examples. These coins can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 or more, depending on the demand and collector interest at the time. Here's where it gets interesting. Like many pennies, The 2007 Lincoln penny can also be found with rare errors or minting anomalies. These errors can include doubled dies, off-center strikes, or even incorrect minting details. If your coin has a rare error, its value can increase dramatically, even into the hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and appeal of the error. Can a 2007 penny be worth $1 million? In short, it's unlikely, but there are some exceptions in the world of coin collecting. Coins that have unique or significant minting errors, or those that are tied to historical events, can sometimes skyrocket in value. However, for the average 2007 penny, $1 million price tag would be a long shot. That being said, the world of rare coins is full of surprises, and there are cases where ordinary-looking coins have been sold for shocking amounts. If you happen to stumble upon a 2007 penny with a particularly rare error or minting anomaly, it could potentially fetch a hefty sum in the right market, though reaching the $1 million mark is still highly unlikely. If you want to check if your 2007 penny is worth more than its face value, here are a few steps you can take. Examine the coin. Carefully inspect the condition of the coin. Look for any signs of wear or damage. The more pristine the coin, the higher the likelihood it will be worth more. Look for mint errors. As mentioned earlier, certain errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, can increase the value of a coin. Search for any unusual features. Get your coin graded. If you believe your coin may have value beyond face value, it's worth having it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS, NGC, or NAX. This process can help establish the coin's condition and rarity. Consult price guides. To get a sense of the market value for your coin, refer to trusted coin price guides, or check online auction sites like eBay to see what similar coins are selling for. In conclusion, while the 2007 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is generally worth just 1 cent, there are circumstances where it can be worth much more. If you find an uncirculated or error coin, there's a good chance you could sell it for a few dollars, or potentially even more. While it's unlikely that this coin will ever reach $1 million value, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you just never know what hidden treasure might be sitting in your collection. So, next time you come across a 2007 Lincoln penny, be sure to take a closer look. It could be worth more than you think. 2016 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, how valuable can it be? Well, if you know where to look and what to look for, you might be surprised at just how much this little coin could be worth. We'll explore its current market value, potential worth in the future, and why some collectors are willing to pay thousands, or even millions, for certain variations of this coin. Before we jump into the details, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on future content about rare coins and their incredible values. Let's start by talking about the basics of the 2016 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. The 2016 penny is part of the ongoing series that features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features a shield, symbolizing the strength and unity of the United States. So far, nothing extraordinary, right? But here's where it gets interesting. In 2016, there was a specific error and rare variation that has caught the attention of collectors and numismatists alike. While the regular 2016 penny, with no mint mark or a D for Denver, is not worth much more than face value, certain versions are fetching high prices. For most people, the 2016 penny seems like any other coin. However, as with many other years in the history of U.S. coinage, subtle changes in minting can lead to rare and highly sought-after versions. While the 2016 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint don't have a mint mark, which is a sign of their origin, it's their specific characteristics that can make them so valuable. One of the key elements that can make a 2016 penny valuable is the presence of a unique error or variety, such as double dies or other minting mistakes that went unnoticed during production. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors because they're so rare. In fact, some rare 2016 Lincoln pennies have been sold for thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about the error coins. The 2016 penny, due to slight minting errors, has some variations that can drastically increase its value. The most common errors that people look for in these pennies are things like double dies, which occur when the coin is struck twice by the dies at slightly different angles, creating a doubled image on the coin. For example, a 2016 penny with a double die can have a dramatically higher value, even reaching prices upwards of $2,000 or more. However, these coins are extremely rare. The chances of finding one of these error coins in circulation are incredibly slim, but they're out there, and collectors are paying top dollar for them. Another factor that can increase the value of a 2016 penny is its condition. A penny in mint state condition, or one that has been graded highly by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch significantly higher prices. Coins with high grades are more desirable to collectors, as they are in the best possible shape. So, how does a coin that was originally worth 1 cent end up worth potentially millions? The truth is, finding a 2016 penny with a major error, in perfect condition, and with all the right characteristics can make the coin incredibly valuable. Coins like these are often sold at major coin auctions or to private collectors who are willing to pay a premium for a unique piece of U.S. history. While most 2016 pennies won't fetch millions, there have been instances where rare, error-filled coins have sold for astonishing amounts. For example, if you were to find a 2016 penny with a significant error, one that has been graded as near perfect by a trusted grading service, it's possible that the coin could eventually be sold for $100,000 or even $1 million at auction. How does this happen? Well, some rare coins appreciate in value over time. As fewer of these rare pennies are discovered and as more collectors want them, the demand increases. When demand outstrips supply, prices can skyrocket, leading to $1 million sale for a single coin. What to look for when searching for rare 2016 pennies? If you're hoping to cash in on a 2016 Lincoln penny, here's what to look for: double dies, off-center strikes, or any unusual minting flaws are what collectors are looking for. If you happen to find one of these error coins, you might just have a gold mine in your hands. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they've been well preserved and show minimal wear, can be worth a lot more than those that have circulated. A penny that has never been in circulation is more likely to be in perfect condition. These can sometimes fetch higher prices, especially if they're free of any defects. If you find a 2016 penny that seems like it could be valuable, getting it professionally graded is a must. A high grade from a trusted grading service can significantly increase its value. In conclusion, the 2016 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just your average penny. While the regular version without a mint mark is worth little more than face value, rare variations with minting errors and high-grade conditions can reach impressive values. Though finding one of these rare pennies might be a challenge, they do exist, and when they hit the market, they can fetch thousands or even millions of dollars. If you're a coin collector or just someone who likes to keep an eye out for valuable finds, it's worth checking your 2016 pennies to see if you've got something special. Who knows, you might just find a hidden treasure.